What's going on, everybody? Peter Dewey here with FanSided. I'm joined today by a 13-year NBA veteran, a University of Michigan legend, member of the Fab Five, Jalen Rose. Jalen, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today.
Thanks for the love.
Yeah, of course, of course. So, Jalen, the first thing with March Madness, obviously, the selection show was yesterday. We got March Madness coming up. You're going to be calling games in the first and second round this year. What are you most looking forward to with that and getting to be on the call?
I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. This time of the year, everybody gravitates toward collegiate basketball, and it's happened for as long as I remember. And it seems like the brackets have always brought us together, regardless of what happened through the regular season. Once the NCAA tournament and March Madness started to take place, we all united. And we united for the love of the game, but we also united for our love of betting. Because when you fill out that bracket with your friends and your family, with your coworkers, with these pools that you're in, you're really trying to win. Because something on the line, and a lot of times it ain't just bragging rights. So for me, these last couple of days just been getting my clothes ready, to work some studio for True TV, work some games in Seattle. I'm really excited to get down there. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I think I'm looking forward most to like seeing the enthusiasm of the game now that players are receiving their NIL money and it's getting more established, and watching people as the tournament progress be able to openly bet and celebrate it along the way versus for so many years when both of those things were like taboo in sports. They're out in the open right now.
So you're partnering with Fanatics this March Madness, doing a fan cast challenge with them. Can you tell me a little bit about that and what you're excited for about that? Because you mentioned the betting piece obviously is so big that this time of year.
Let me tell y'all a secret. Okay. I'm not only a client, I'm the player president, like Biggie said. I'm betting on this stuff too. Let me just tell y'all a secret. I work at Fanatics and we're still allowed to bet because it's out in the open and it's legal now. Since the beginning of time, every sporting event has had a favorite and an underdog. We just act like it wasn't happening. And so Fanatics is giving away $1, 2, 3, 4, $5 million in fan cash. I'm literally betting $20 as many times as I can because I'm trying to get it.
There we go.
Like I'm literally trying to get it also. So it's a great promotion. I'm happy to be a part of our new campaign, and I'm just having a lot of fun with it. And the NCAA tournament is gonna be a lot of excitement, a lot of chaos, as we're calling it.
Oh, definitely. And as you mentioned, you're betting on this tournament. Is there anybody when the bracket came out that caught your eye as somebody you would pick to win it all, or somebody you're looking to take in the first round as an upset, maybe? Anyone on your mind?
So I just have to point this out. Um, a lot of where people are actually picking, just for my bettors out there, UC San Diego as a Cinderella. Let me tell you something. Don't lose your money. Don't lose your money. The Michigan Wolverines are going to take care of business in the first round, and I think they have what it takes to win a couple of games as the tournament progresses. The Wolf on Main Street is our version of the Denver's Joker when he dribble passing and shooting and making people around him better. And we have Golden down low, playing, grabbing boards, blocking shots, posting up, scoring over both shoulders. And you seen Trey go coast to coast the other day, reminiscing of Tyus Etney. It really gave me the nostalgia that I needed as I watched this team grow under Dusty all year and feel like, you know what? We can do it. And you know what, bettors? There are a lot of people that are actually betting it as well, that they're going to win a couple of games. And also watch out for the program teams. Let me tell you what that means. It used to be kind of blue blood, but now it's more like who's actually there with staying power. So it's like a Bruce Pearl, right? He's a program coach. When they do an interview about what's happening with the team, they're going to talk to him. When there's time to interview about what's happening with the program, they're going to him. So that means he has a style of play that he's going to make sure. They're going to press. They're going to run and jump. They're going to cause turnovers. They're going to grab boards. They're going to get on transition. That's what they're going to do, or they're not going to play. Tom Izzo, Same exact thing. They're a program that as long as he's standing on the sideline, sometimes they might have both of these teams might as well be wearing boxing gloves. That's just what it's going to be.
Mhm.
That's what it's going to be. And if you're Michigan or Michigan State, we ain't crying about standing on the M because if you look back at the history, and I'm giving y'all some game, you can ask my sister Jamel Hill about this because she was at the school then. People want to know where that came from. I did that at Michigan State, and I kind of sat on the half court S, and I might have moved my hips from left to right. Now, that seemed like a smart decision on the roll. We just won the game. But the problem is, back then we valued change. See, now y'all don't know about change. Y'all keep the change. Y'all don't even know about change. You don't have a change person. You don't even know what change is. I didn't think the fact that I have to walk to the locker room and they're going to throw all of these nickels and dimes and pennies at me and throw water on me. So they got their payback. They sure did. So they're a program. Tom Izzo was on the sideline. They're going to show up and be who they are. Like the NCAA tournament, there's certain trends that you like to watch. Like over the last couple of years, you actually saw a 16 seed beat a 1. You've seen a 15 beat a 2. It's not just 5 versus 12 where you look for the upset. So you with the betting now can go deeper into the bracket and actually get you some good action.
Definitely. You can bet some of those lower seeds against the spread, obviously, to cover, not even just to win outright. I'm intrigued in your thoughts. Obviously, Michigan won the Big Ten title yesterday. Did you feel that getting a 5 seed, they were a little undervalued after going through the gauntlet of that conference tournament?
I felt like their seeding could have been a little higher, but like anything else, sometimes your landing spot actually is going to be more beneficial in the long run. And as I looked how it's lining up for them, I think I'm okay with the path that they now have. It's not going to be easy, of course. All kind of crazy things and buzzer beaters and foul trouble and charges when we thought it was a block and all type of things happen in the NCAA tournament. But I really believe because they can play multiple styles, and now that they're out of conference and teams just haven't seen their size on the interior, is really going to give teams a lot of challenges.
You mentioned a couple of Michigan's best players, obviously Wolf. What players are you most looking forward to watching, whether it's covering or just getting to watch throughout the tournament?
I want to see I want to see Cohen Carr hanging on the rim. Those that have, and that's a Michigan State Spartan. I want to see he's explosive. He's probably the most explosive player in collegiate basketball. I guarantee if they go far, you're going to see him on some one shining moments, dunking on people, catching lobs. I hope Cooper Flagg get healthy. I want to see. Um, I like to see that young freshman player see if they can do the Carmelo, like take this team and see how far they can go in the NCAA tournament and if he can help them advance and then go and be a top pick in the draft. So I really am hoping that he gets healthy and he can do work in the tournament.
You talk about the him being a freshman and being obviously one of the best players in the country, probably going to be the number one pick in the draft. But you look at some of the other one seeds, Florida, Auburn, Houston, very veteran centric teams, a lot of seniors on those teams. Do you think with the NIL obviously being in college basketball, but do you think there's an advantage for some of these teams that have so many veterans compared to, maybe not a team like Duke, but some of these other teams like a Texas who's led by a star freshman or some of these other teams that are younger and looking to make a run?
So for you bettors out there and for the people who've been, filling out the NCAA brackets for years, you literally saw how this changed. The dynamics of even when I was competing in collegiate basketball in the early 90s, it was one thing that we were a freshman. We started 5 freshmen. The reason why that became so historic is because all of the teams that we were playing against were led by juniors and seniors. That's what actually made that so historic. That's why it had never taken place, literally, and that's why it's still appreciated to this day. And so now it's just the opposite. It's Kentucky may get the All-Americans that's going to be there 1 year, but that doesn't mean they're going to win a championship every year. They're going to now go against a player at the mid-major who was his best player in high school or for whatever reason. But instead of him leaving after his first or second year, like in women's basketball, that's going to start being more prevalent. They're going to stay 3 or 4 more years. So now you just have great young players off of potential playing against juniors, seniors, and now graduating players also. So now, I mean, if you just go to the park, as I started to get better when I was 11, 12, 13, it was just some things that players that was 14, 15, 16 was just going to beat me. Mm-hmm. As older, they were just better. And so now you have some of these teams that got guys on the team that's, I was in the NBA and I played 3 years at 21. Now you have players in collegiate basketball that's 23, 24, 25. And so that does give you an advantage when you have a veteran-laden team playing in this climate of the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, definitely makes sense. Jalen, one last question before I let you go. Whether it's a betting perspective or just purely your pick, I got to know, who do you think is cutting down the nets this March?
I'm happy about this. And make sure y'all, we're going to fight for this $5 million in fan cash. Make sure y'all going for it. Because it seems like now I can't make a pick or a decision or say anything without having a betting lens to it. So now I'm like, all right, what are the odds on that? Once I say it, I got to stand on it. I ain't even fill out my bracket fully just yet. If I'm going to bet, I think the best bet is going to be a 5 seed in Michigan. I think if a team's going to win it, they're not going to be lower than a 5 seed. And that's the sweet spot that they sit in. Like in their first game, like a lot of people think the Cinderella team, UC San Diego, is going to win. Mm-hmm. Their first game. Right? They're only favorite 2.5.
Yeah.
And so that to me that's a nice, honest bet for everybody out there. Bet responsibly. Be responsible. We don't allow any bullying on any of our sites. You'll get banned immediately. Bet responsibly. Only bet what you can afford to lose. And trust me, 3 out of 4 parlays the other night. Needed Pascal Siakam to get me another rebound. I'm in the trenches with y'all. Nas Reed, I needed him to make 1-3, miss 3 straight threes a couple of games ago. It happens. Yeah, Keenan Allen, I needed him to get 9 yards. He catches an out, goes to the left. They call a penalty on the play. I'm with you. I feel your pain, but also got so many victories. So enjoy and have fun.
Thank you, Jalen. I appreciate it. Best of luck covering March Madness, and best of luck with the betting. I might have to tail some of these picks out here.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate the love. Go get that $80.